Hello. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but I'm doing it. I think it's just had a shock. I've just been for a little walk, and I'm coming a bit shaky. And of course, I've got no one to talk to except you. And I shan't go back to sleep again until I've talked about it. This bungalow is right on a corner, just a few yards away. There's a big farm gate and there's all the playing fields. It's a lovely spot to be in actually, because it's very quiet. You know, you don't hear much really. It's quiet, it's warm, it's cosy, it's safe. So I'm quite lucky to have it, and it's free because I'm social. Anyway, I've at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was still in my nightie actually, and I thought I just woke up. Went to bed at 10 o'clock. If I go to bed at 10 o'clock, I get 2 hours sleep and then I'll wake all night afterwards. So I thought I'll go for a little walk, get myself earthed. I just put a jacket on over my nightie. Nothing out there at all, pitch black, nobody around of course, it's just the end of the world, So I wander out and I'm just standing under my tree, and I could suddenly see this light. Now you know how I feel about light. I thought it was going to be a mystical experience, and it was kind of wobbling. I thought, well, it's okay, I'm safe here because they can't reach my bungalow. There's a driveway past, but nobody can get any further, because I'm safe. I thought. I'm just going to check what's happening here to my peculiar hair. Oh, it's all looking a bit funny. Anyway, so I thought I'd better go back. Things do happen round here because it's so quiet and so isolated. You get kids, drugs and all the stuff, I called the fire engine the other day, put a fire out. They set fire to the wheelie bins. So it's quite exciting at times. Anyway, I saw this light. I thought I'd better get back. I just had a feeling it was going to be a bit weird. And of course I couldn't run. And it's only a few yards anyway. And I just turned my back. I thought, I'll hide behind the fence. Oh dear. So I was hiding behind that wall, just hiding, going back, and I suddenly this great dog. I mean, I've never seen it. It was a Great Dane, I think. Came leaping at me, another one behind it, and I started screaming. Well, not started screaming. I went, what was it? Then a man on a bike appeared. Oh, I do. He said, sorry love. And so I came back in here and thought, oh my God, I'm not, things happen to me. Whenever I go outside of my front door, something happens. I fall under my car, as you know. And there's always something happens. It's a very quiet, small place, but I somehow seem to attract it. I always have done, and I don't know why it is. But it's reminding me of a time that happened some time ago when I was just about went out my front door and walked into the farm gate, because there's a cherry tree there that I stand under for my friend. And I was just about to do that, and this great big police car drew up, headlights full on. It got out the car and said, how old are you? I thought, what a cheeky man. He said, I had a report of somebody wandering around. Well, it wasn't me, because I only just left my front door. And I said to him, oh, I live just here. Do you want to come in for a cup of tea? But these headlights full on as I was some sort of criminal. I mean, it is peculiar that these things happen. But it is strange at the minute, because I do feel a bit weird. I think I'm tripping, actually. I'm not on drugs, but I took a drug off the internet, opium. Well, you know what opium is. It's a poppy, isn't it? It's a drug, a narcotic. But of course, in a homeopathic remedy, it's not the thing. It becomes different. I expect some of you know about homeopathy, but they use an ingredient, they shake it, it's potentized. There's nothing left of the original thing in the tablet. It's just the pure essence. Well, I took this. It was the Alterian, I think it was 200, which is quite a strong dose of opium. I don't do silly things like that. I usually cautious what I take, because you don't know what it is. Well, I listened to this for about 20 minutes. I thought I was all right, but I wasn't. Next day I woke up, I felt absolutely, I can't describe how ill I felt. I've already got this illness, as you know, so this was an added thing. I thought, you know, you ask yourself, what's happening? Is it this? Is it that? But this was the opium. I thought it's the remedy. And homeopathic remedies, when they react on you, they react. They bring everything out. And I was almost screaming. I didn't know what to do. I thought, I'm going to die. You know, it was really powerful. So I rang a chemist in Bristol that I used to go to, and I said, can you send me an antidote? It would cancel out the thing. Well, it still hasn't arrived. This is a week ago. Well, a few days ago I rang him, and I thought, I need the antidote, and it was Suja. So I called on my spirit friends and said, could you send it to me in spirit? Because you can call on these things, you know, in spirit. You can call on medicines and all sorts of things, and they will react. They will work on you if you've got a high enough connection, if you know what I mean, a clear enough consciousness. You can call Dr. Joshua Stone. He believed you could call vitamins in. You could save a fortune. And I think that the Arcturian, this chap that does this website, he's got the idea. He got it right. He puts all sorts of things on, herbs and medicines and this and that, and they do work. Not always straight away, but this opium, I should never take opium again in my life. So I'm still struggling with that. I still feel a bit wobbly, you know, and I've got to go to a dentist tomorrow. I'm not quite sure I can walk the distance. I've got to park the car fairly near, but my legs aren't working. The muscles just aren't working at the moment. I mean, I can work, yes, it's not a medical thing, but they've seized up. I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm massaging and this and that, and oh, it's well, it's causing so much stress. And of course, self-massage on my thighs takes a lot of energy, you know, it takes a lot of energy. Anyway, I haven't gone to, I just wanted to talk because it gets me out of my, I don't know what it is going on. I'm going to rationalise. When I wake up, I think I'm probably one of my, either the beta or alpha, one of these. I'm in a different state of consciousness, and I wake up and I do feel strange. It's not like just feeling sleepy. I feel afraid of something. I don't know what it is. I feel afraid to go back to sleep. I have all these strange thoughts. Well, of course, opium will do that anyway, but this is like, it happens quite a lot, and I'm trying to analyse what it is, you know, because you should be able to sleep all night. I never have been a good sleeper, but this is, I wake up after just a couple of hours and I don't feel right. So I'm in there making tea, eating biscuits. It's not good. I want to tell you something funny actually. Well, it's not funny. I was a bit worried about it. On the internet, have you heard of this guru, somebody, Sadhu? I don't know, he's an Indian, wears a turban. Oh, the internet, honestly, I'm getting so frustrated with it. There's so much rubbish on there. And you got all these weirdos. I'm not saying he's a weird, probably he is to me, but I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust anything, really. He's written books. And you see, all these things, they're just theory. They're just somebody's ideas, aren't they? Somebody writes a book or something. You know, it's something in their head. It's a theory, an illusion. And people... The Pleiadians, I think you've heard me talk about the Pleiadians, they've got it right. They say that in the New Age, and this is 20 years old, people will start worshipping, you know, false prophets. People will start worshipping people. Everything sexual is coming out into the open. I mean, we've got this weird Russell Brand thing now in this country. I won't go into that, but there's always somebody misbehaving sexually, newscasters, this, that. It's just getting a little bit weird, isn't it? I don't know, obviously you're not all in the UK, but things are surfacing that really aren't very healthy. So this particular thing, it shocked me, and I thought, it's worrying, it is worrying. This particular Sadhu, whatever his name is, with the turban, in Indian, he's quite an old man actually. I don't know what he teaches, I don't really watch him, but people obviously do worship him, you know, they're like a man in a turban. I like men in robes personally. Oh, get me a man in a robe. Richard Chamberlain and Songbirds. Oh, yes. Especially priests. I love priests and vicars and holy men in robes. Oh. But this chap has a turban as well. I think he rides a motorbike. And there was an excerpt from one of his meetings. He was somewhere having having a gathering, always people milling around, and he reached out and he caught hold of somebody's hand and pulled her up onto the stage, and she had a wobbly. She was crying and weeping. She had her arms all round his legs. I thought, you stupid woman. I mean, that took hero worship. I don't know why he pulled her up. Obviously, there was some connection. Maybe he knew her. Maybe it was a sister devotee thing, you know. But she got onto the stage, she was on her knees, and she had her arms all round his legs. I thought, how demeaning. Why is she worshipping this guy in a turban? I mean, we are not supposed to be worshipping anybody. This is the New Age thing. You are not. Even beloved Yeshua says, don't worship me. He said, because I am Jesus the Christ. He said, I am the ordinary man that's been overshadowed. But he said, don't worship me. You've got to worship the God within. That's what he was trying to teach. Nobody quite got the message, not let alone the Christians. I mustn't go off on that subject. But this woman, she was grabbing, and I felt sick. I thought, you stupid woman. I mean, what was she doing? What was she? But of course, that's where she's at. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying, you know, that these things are going to start happening, and we have to watch out for it, because it is, and in this country, the high street nearly where I live in the nearest town, there's 4 huge great shops have closed down. Wilco's is the hardware, they're nationwide. We've got Banks, we've got Boots, we've got a big department store. It's a high street. There's going to be nothing left. There's not going to be any shops to go to. Why is this all happening? Anyway, darlings, I'm going to have a cup of tea and go back to bed. Maybe I'll sleep now. I'm glad you liked the last video. Plenty more where that came from. Take care. God bless. Bye.